Hey, it's me, Puppet DM, and I'm here to tell you all about the sponsors we have here at the Wandering Society. We're sponsored here by Mage Hand Press, makers of a bunch of 5th edition supplements, like the Book of Kobolds or their series of new classes. And don't forget, Arcmada, the amazing sci-fi fantasy campaign setting for the world's greatest role-playing game. Be sure to check them out at store.mageandpress.com. Up next, we have Roll20. It's the platform we use here at the Wandering Society to play all of our games. It's easy to use, intuitive, and it now comes with dark mode. Be sure to check them out at roll20.net. We're also sponsored by Telsorian Games. Telsorian Games make great RPGs, and they've been doing so since the early 90s. Check their books. They've got Cyberpunk Red, which Simon tells me has been played here extensively, Castle Falkenstein, which also has been played here, and The Witcher, which has also been. Okay, we get it! Check them out at your FLGS or online at rtelsoriangames.com. Have you ever wanted to wake up and smell the coffee? Well, now you can with this next sponsor, Found Familiar. Get yourself some damn good coffee at foundfamiliar.com and use the code on the screen to get 15% off. What do you mean I can't drink coffee? What the fuck is felt? And we couldn't end this segment without talking about our good friends at Die Hard Dice. That's right. As a Dice affiliate, we are proud to partner with Die Hard Dice to bring you only the best in shiny click-clacks. Click-clacks? What is... Ow. You can check their ever-growing collection over at dieharddice.com and use the link below to get 15% off. You're putting this all on me? I better get a cut.
Timeout. We're in timeout.
And I shouldn't be muted either. Wow.
Naughty players go to the mute box.
It's been a while, everyone. Hi, hello, welcome. I am Simon at Wandering DM. Welcome to the Wandering Society, and this is our Scion on Saturday afternoon. We'll introduce all the players. We'll delve back into the game. We were on break for Gen Con and then post Gen Con Plague. And then, so that's why we're here now, after a, I think, 3-week hiatus. So without further ado, let's introduce our cast, and then I will delve back into the action. We'll start with, this time, let's go bottom of the overlay, and we'll do counterclockwise, and we'll start with Lynn. Hi, how are you?
Hey, good to be back here with everybody. And we are in a fight. So yeah, I'm playing D Higa, daughter of Inari, who will be punching people. I will not be punching people. God help us. Please, other people who can fight, please help.
There might be plenty for you to do as well in that fight. Next, we have Hawkeye. Hi, hello.
Hey everyone, this is Hawkeye, Kentucky Hawkeye. I'm here, ready to play, and old Finnbotter, he's ready to go. He's got the old Louisville Slugger in his sling, and he's already getting it pulled out and ready to play ball with whatever this man-thing creature is that's about to attack us.
We'll see about this man-thing creature in a sec, but let's introduce the other row of our players. We'll start with Hannah. Hi, hello.
Hey, I'm Hannah, she, her, and in this game I am playing Kieran Kearney, son of Loki, he, him. And let's get this fight going. I know how to fight.
You know what's going on.
I know what's happening. I've been here the whole time.
Last but certainly not least, we have Renee.
Hi, I'm Renee Rhodes, she, her, and I play Morning, also she, her, who is the daughter of the Morrigan, and I will swing big sword. I also have unblurred my background to the moving mess, but so that you can see my cats, Rayla is here, and Kiri is also around here somewhere, so.
Cute. I will apologize right away, viewers, if I have to mute myself periodically to cough and or blow my nose, but these are the realities of what's going on. So, last we left off, the Godlings had snuck into the Dwyer McAllister cottage in Ireland, where the famous Ghost of Angus, the mysterious user on that was following Morning on all of her social media, this is where he was sending messages from. Y'all found a laptop lying in one of the little cupboard that were in the cottage. But the Ghost of Angus himself wasn't there. And it is only through the use of some of Morning's powers that you were able to call forth the actual Ghost of Angus. The Ghost of Angus being a man named Angus who died a long time ago. In fact, the very person that Morning sought to help all of these months ago in Ireland, and tried to soothe his doubts and his fears about the afterlife. And, whoa, music, thank you. Ghost of Angus was sent to the Gardens of Eternity, where most of the sort of followers or descendants of followers of the Tuatha De Danann find themselves awaiting their send-off to the proper, Irish afterlife. However, something dire happened in the gardens. The woods caught on fire. There's a giant shadowy creature that was moving about. The souls of the dead, those who found themselves in the path of this being of fire and smoke, were completely obliterated, destroyed forever, prevented from reaching any afterlife whatsoever. It's not just death, it's complete obliteration. Not just that, but as this happened, there were also longships that landed, that beached upon the island, filled with Fomori. And they sort of used the chaos to, Well, Angus is not quite sure what they want here, but they have been killing and pillaging the gardens. The surviving spirits were scattered all across the island, barely able to communicate among themselves, barely able to coordinate any sort of resistance. We know that Taliesin the Bard is at the Landing, which is a camp that Angus told you was near a beach. And there was another camp that was utterly destroyed called the Summer Oak Camp. With that, you crossed over the threshold, entered the gardens, the first time many of you are setting foot in an underworld. And as you appeared there, this half-naked man, covered in blue war paint, holding just a spear in one hand, was running frantically towards you, told you to get out of the way, to flee. They are coming. And that's where we ended. Today we pick up mere moments after, as this warrior screams at you to get the hell out. You feel the ground quake under your feet. You see the trees in the back, those like pine trees that he was running out of, just shake and sway under the weight of whatever it is. You hear the cracking of branches. Not twigs, but full on, arm or leg width branches. Something heavy is coming. And it thuds faster and faster as one of the nearest pine from you cracks, bends, and breaks, revealing this giant humanoid, pale skin, almost gray, encrusted with barnacles and seaweed. Half of its face, the right half of its face, is fused with its right shoulder, forming this sort of big, cancerous growth that then leads to an arm which wields a wicked barbed axe. In his other hand, it's got this broken wooden shield with a faded painting or markings on it. It's wearing just tattered armor, maybe furs, leather. You're not quite sure what it is, but it is similarly to the creature encrusted in barnacles and seaweed. And it's barreling its way toward you, clearly as tall as some of the pines, if not even taller. What is your initiative, everyone? The place where you landed is not on fire.
I think one thing too is we see this thing coming. Can we tell if it's seen us?
Good question. It is focused on the warrior. It's chasing after the warrior, but you are in this sort of clearing. I would say mechanically, if your first action is to try to hide, that could work. But beyond that, it will most certainly see you.
And you mentioned this clearing. How far is it from cover? How far are we from cover?
Because you are, almost demigods by now. Just for you, morning, it's not a problem because I know you run super fast.
I do.
For a normal person, the clearing is about as wide as the diamond of a baseball field. So you could run in a few seconds and hide near like behind the nearest row of trees or field stones that are there. Mind you, the clearing is not like the lawn's not been mowed anywhere. The tall grasses reach about mid-thigh to your waist in some areas. So you could also just throw yourself flat prone and be hidden by the tall grass. For everyone who doesn't have, epic dex or some speed or travel powers, running to the edge of the clearing will probably take your entire turn.
Last question. These are palm trees, you said?
Pine trees.
Pine trees. Okay, I was like...
No palm trees.
Okay.
No, the garden is very much similar to the ecology of Ireland.
That's why I was confused.
It would have been weird. So yeah, I asked for initiative, but that's not true because the way we do it is you guys play first. What do you want to do?
I mean, if anyone, if everyone is all right with it, I would like to go first and use the new boon that I added to my character sheet last session. I've been behind. This is a belated boon. I should have had it for a while now, but I would like to utilize it for the first time.
Sure, what is it?
I imbue one legend to understand the battlefield. I ask you a question from a set list, and after the answer, I get an enhancement on applicable rolls using that that are not attack or defense. So, my question is, what should I be on the lookout for?
The trees in back of that giant are still swaying and moving.
Okay.
There are more than one coming your way.
Good
so what
to
you
know.
should be on the lookout for is whatever reinforcements are coming.
Yep. Alrighty then.
Knowing that this is a simple action, which means that you can still get to move somewhere if you wanted.
Oh, it is, huh? Yes. Okay. I will go ahead and crouch, sprint to crouch in the tall grass.
Okay.
That you mentioned, and prepare to spring. Sword is, like ready by my side.
Do you want to try to hide in the tall grass?
Yeah, I think technically that's what this would be.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure because you could, stay out and about so that, if you wanted to attract its attention. But if you try to turn it into an ambush, I will ask you to roll dexterity plus subterfuge.
Sure. Yeah, I do think ambush is the tact. That is one success and one failure.
So just one success. That'll be the difficulty that they have to try to see you. So if the giant succeeds on any sort of perception check, it knows you're there.
Cool.
But that is morning, so you've sprung into the grass, sword at the ready. You know that there are two more coming. I don't think I gave the number earlier, but apparently now you do. There are two
Now
more.
I-
Oh, good.
I'm very insightful in understanding the battlefield, so.
So who's next?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna add one more ask. If I could, or as I do the understanding the battlefield, if I know there are two more, I will signal that to Finbar.
Okay.
That works.
Just so that the information is distributed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, then, Finbar, what are you doing?
All right. I want to look towards Morning first to see if she wants me to take an ambush position as well, or if she wants me to serve as the decoy for her to be able to better ambush. Kind of do some sort of hand signals for what kind of plan she wants both
Sure.
of us to do.
I'll just point to the warrior because I feel like there is already a decoy, which is why I am not playing that role.
So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do similar, but I want to try to get in position behind this first one that's coming in. So that way I'm in position for the first one to try, if I get the opportunity, if the opportunity comes for sneak attack, or if it doesn't happen, things don't happen in the timeline soon enough, I'm in position for whoever's coming next, right as they're coming through.
I'll say, if you beeline for the first giant, you can definitely charge at it and hit it within the same turn.
Okay.
If you want to lie in wait for the others, you'll have to forego trying to attack the first one.
That was my plan. Be positioned for next turn, be able to go for either one. But I want to get the position.
Okay.
Right now, that's more important than getting the first strike in.
All right. So you run, opposite side of Morning, and sort of try to position yourself at the edge of the clearing behind the first giant before the other two come forth.
And if I can hide in the grass, all the better.
Can you... Yep, if that's the only thing that you're doing this turn, it is entirely possible. Can you also give me Dex and Subterfuge?
Dex and Subterfuge. Not my greatest numbers, but we'll see what happens. Hey, 1 success. I'll take it.
Also a 1.
Out of three dice, that's not bad.
Yeah. Then we have either D or Kieran.
Y'all need another decoy?
I think we have one with the running soldier,
Yeah,
with
you've
the
got
running
one
guy
already.
already.
I'm just looking at those 1 successes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know what to do. Shoot, D, you got any ideas?
D has the look of hitting the deck and just waiting, just following. She's just basically following Morning's lead in this whole thing.
Yeah, I think we'll hide until we have something that we can more
Think about it.
effectively do.
We'll see what the thing that comes after us
holding
looks
our
like.
turns.
We might not know exactly what we're dealing with. It could be anything. We'll see.
All right, then. Can you also give me Dex and Subterfuge?
Okay, Dex and Subterfuge. Both of us will. Yep.
Wow.
Wow, damn.
Oof.
Okay.
On 9 dice, Kieran. Just a 1.
Yeah. Would it be? How much of an advantage would I have in hiding if I turned to a fox?
Oh, I would give you, if you turn to a fox, I would give you, like, an enhancement on it. Like, for sure, a +1 success.
Yep. You just see D looking and just all of a sudden, like, poof.
Poof. Good plan.
Yeah.
Harder to see if you're smaller.
Yeah.
The bigger they are, the smaller you are, the harder it is to see.
D is small, but the fox is a lot smaller.
And that gives you 5 successes.
I turned a fox. No one can.
No one knows you're there.
No one
just disappears.
There. No one's on there.
We don't even know you're there at this point.
There we go.
All right. So they've got
Let me see.
6 dice.
Oh, wait, that's not the one I wanted.
Yeah.
This is the one I wanted.
Oh my god.
Lynn, that's terrifying.
So
Just wait for Renee to come back.
the giant that was running still is running. You saw all 4 of you. You saw his head sort of as much as it can move, because it's sort of fused to its shoulder. But at the very least, in its like giant bulgy eyes, you saw them dart across the clearing. It seems to have acknowledged that there are more than one person here. But as he charges forth, the warrior, now seeing that the four of you have essentially disappeared, turns back around, still sort of running backwards, but he lifts his spear up and throws it at the giant. Oops, wrong number. One success is not enough. The spear launches, and basically the giant just swats it like it was a fly, or mere fly. And it crosses the last few steps, the last distance between himself and the warrior, and just strikes the warrior with the flat of his axe, sending that painted man just tumbling, flipping over, head over heels into the grass. His body sort of crashes a few feet away from Fox D. The giant then bellows, "There are more! Scatter around! Find them!" And that is when the other two would finally break the tree line. Let's see if they've noticed anyone. Nope, they have not. So the other two just entered the clearing. They have no idea, aside from the first Fomori telling them that there are other. The other two are completely oblivious as to where you all are. If the first one is sort of this like fused, kind of deformed giant, the second one is just completely emaciated. It's got no weapons whatsoever, just these sharp, sort of skeletal fingers, again covered in like seaweed. But you also notice it's tall and gaunt. It has a scraggly beard that has frozen over for most of it. It looks almost like just a giant, like hairy icicle coming out of its chin. And it is missing one eye. It's got this crinkled helmet, like something crushed the helmet on top of its head. It doesn't seem to fit right. Even the metal band seems to eat into the giant's skull. And it's a little askew. The third one,
Kind of like an old-fashioned bottle cap on a glass pop bottle.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And the last one is a little shorter than the other two, by maybe like half a head, right? It is still as tall as a tree, right? It is still like 10, 12 feet high, 2 feet tall, but a little shorter. This one, you can see it still is wearing sort of this partial chainmail armor. The links are, well, from the distance that you can see, you're fairly certain you could slide your hand in between the links, so big is its chainmail. It's rusted for the most part, and you can see there's a bite-shaped hole in its left side that exposes its hip bone and some of like the last of his ribs, like the giant was, eaten, or at least something big took a bite out of it. Its padded pants are barely holding by like a rope that it has tied across its waist, and it has this sort of, for its size, right, is a short sword, which for your size is even bigger than Morning's sword. It's something that a human would probably call a claymore, but it is even wider than the biggest executioner sword that humans were ever able to produce. And so we got these three, stocky, lanky, and the weird one. But it is now your turn. Godlings, what do you do?
Okay. So I think that I am going to likely attack one of the two that have just arrived that do not know I am here yet.
Okay.
Because the first one seems to have spotted me, but the others, I
No,
can
the others have no idea.
catch them off guard. So whichever one is nearest to me, be it the McRib or the
Or Junior.
So, well, if we
icicle beard.
if we place ourselves the same position you were in when you appeared in the clearing, the one with the icicle beard, the lanky one, would have been to your left, and the other one would have been to your right. So when you darted and hid, did you go left or right? And that would be...
I'm gonna say left and
Okay.
assume Finbar went right.
Then you are closer to the lanky one.
Lanky one, was Lanky one eye or is that McRib?
No, lanky one is one eye.
Okay.
And it's the one with the helmet that was like crushed on its head.
Yeah. Is its one eye toward me?
Nope, not at the moment. I mean,
Cool,
it's
so-
scanning the clearing because it's, let's call them their leader, for lack of a better word, but their leader told them, there are others, look about, find them.
Sure. I just leap in an instance where the eye is scanning the other direction.
Okay.
And I will spring out of the grass and swing big sword.
All right. Because they do not know that you're there, I'll let you decide. Either I'm going to give them two... sorry. Either I give you 2 enhancements on your attack, or I give them 2 penalties on their defense.
What do y'all think?
How lucky are you feeling?
Oh, I can always swing big sword.
I was gonna say, if you're feeling lucky with your dice, go with the advantages to you. If you're not feeling lucky, go with the penalties to them. Go with your
All right.
gut.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'll
far, with what the other warrior did earlier, I can tell you that you need more than 1 success.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Sure. Okay. And then enhancements. Was there a place that those were listed in?
No, the enhancements are just
It's
if
just
you
extra
succeed, you
dice.
get extra successes.
Okay.
No, it's not. They're not even dice. They're basically
Just
if you roll 1
give me-
success, then you automatically have 3.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll take two enhancement, I guess.
All right.
And roll. Oh, wrong. Sorry, might and close combat.
Well, that is
Damn.
even better. That is a total of 6 successes, and you needed 5,
Ooh. Ooh, good.
which means
Good job.
that you can definitely injure them. And with the extra success, if you look in the handouts in Roll20, we have the stunts in combat.
Stunts. That's what I was thinking of.
And so you technically have 1 success, so 1 S that you can use if you want to spend it on a stunt. Mind you, wait, might in close combat, but doesn't your sword give you something too?
Oh yeah, it's an extra. It's an extra die. I forgot. Thanks,
Just
Simon.
roll that extra die, just in case.
Yeah, just to see. That's true. Wait, dang it. I wish there were an easy way to add this on the character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Okay, so no.
Just for funsies, since I think I'm utilizing this anyway. Blinding.
All right.
Nice.
Is I think as I leap, this Fomorian turns its head towards me, and I just slash right across its face, and it's one good eye.
It reels back from the blow and tries to swat you with its like skeletal fingers away, but you're already out of the way by then. That is an injury to them. Where are my notes? Thank you. And all right. It's taken one injury. The skull where the eye was, like clearly you can now see the tear that you made through the bone with Karaclav. And as you fall back down to the ground, it is still sort of swatting in front of its face, thinking you're still somewhere in the vicinity. Did you want to move elsewhere?
I mean, I think my position has been given away, but I will still dart back far enough that this Fomorian is seemingly disoriented, and so I will like just kind of duck out of reach.
I'd say because of your study the battlefield from earlier, if you wanted to hide again, you could try to hide again.
Okay, I'll try to hide again, especially now that the first one is kind of ahead. So that was
Dex, subterfuge,
Dex and subterfuge.
And because
yes.
of your boon, I believe you already have a +1 enhancement to it. So that is 4 successes.
Okay.
So you sprung, you stroke, you hid, and it's just one blur. And then there's this giant holding its head in pain.
Roguing with a great sword. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
The Finbar.
All right. So you went after one, so I will go ahead and go after the other. So I need to roll what
You're going for Stalky.
Might.
That would be Might in Close Combat.
Might in close combat, right?
And the Shillelagh also gives you a +1 to
Right.
your close combat rolls.
Yeah. So we'll go with that first. 3. Do another. These are D10s, right? Yeah.
A D10, yeah.
All right.
3, unfortunately, is not enough. Which means that you get to generate momentum. Yay! Yeah, as you spring out of your hiding spot. Oh no, you were hidden too, because it didn't see you. So yes,
I
you
was
hit.
hidden.
You absolutely hit. My bad. Because you had the enhancements. So
And I got 1 extra success that I can stunt with.
yeah, just like morning.
All right. I'm going to do a little bit different than morning. Knowing how combat works, and I'm going meta here with being an Iowa grad, knowing all about freestyle wrestling and all that. I want to knock him down. I want to get him off of his feet. I want to get him off his vertical.
Oh yeah,
off his vertical balance.
It is
kind of hard to swing effectively if you've been knocked down.
Yep, it is now knocked prone to the ground. As you please describe how you knock this giant to the ground with the slugger.
Okay, kind of classic get up as he comes through the trees into the brush and all that. I get behind him and basically swing and go right for the back of both knees.
Oof.
Big
Yeah,
level swing, hit him in the back of both knees, and just topple him like I'm chopping a tree.
I was gonna say you should yell timber. There's a sickening crunch when its kneecaps hit the ground. It's loud enough that it even scared away like a flock of birds that were on the other side of the clearing. D and Kieran.
At my point, since I have him down, I'm just see. Do I want to? Well, I don't have the skills to try to hide again. So
No, that would be because of Morning's ability from earlier.
yeah. So, all right, I'm in for the battle. Ladies,
I have no idea.
Okay, I think. All right. I think I have something. So D will turn back into human, and she'll look around like, all right, I think this worked before, but I don't know about here. Hopefully it works. And then she'll put her hand to the ground, and she's gonna try and summon plants to restrain these giants.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna use, it's one of my boons. I'll put it in here.
good old fashioned entangle.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Overgrowth. Yep. So you spent your legend?
Yeah, I'll spend it. Yep, I got it.
And it is a range medium, so from where you are, you can affect anyone in the clearing.
Okay.
And it's 3 points worth of complications or enhancements. Oh god. For the rest of the scene, you direct the plants to attack an enemy as a simple action. So starting on your next turn,
Okay.
the plants can also do damage.
Okay. So I can only get one of them?
No, you can get all 3 of them.
Or 3, yeah. I'll put the... Okay, I'll do that. And since I said I was going to restrain them, I will add complication to them.
All right. That drastically changes the amount of successes necessary to hit them. It goes down from 5 to 2.
Ooh.
Damn.
Thank you.
But they can try to use their action to like break away from it.
That's fine.
Which
Better the vines than my friends.
of course. But it's not their turn yet. It is Kieran's.
I still think I'm going to hold my action because all I've got is fire and ice, and I'm pretty sure that ice is ineffective against them, and fire, I don't want to light these plants on fire.
Okay.
So I'm just going to hold my action for now.
All right. Then on their turn, the one with the axe, so the first one, seeing that, it knows you're there. It knows that people are here or around. It hasn't seen D, but it just bellows to the other two. Stop futzing around! Get them! Break them! And it will try to escape the grapple. It will suffer the complication from your thing, so it requires 4 successes to break up the grapple. Nope. It does not free itself. It hacks at the grass that is in the roots that are now taking hold of its legs. But the more it breaks apart, the faster and the stronger the other roots spring out from the ground to hold them in place. And there's now even like a few strands of grass that has like wrapped itself around its other arm and like pinned it to his side.
Ooh, nice.
Lanky will similarly use its like skeletal claws to like tear out the roots. Will fail. Whereas Stocky, being already knocked down, I just need to check. Because he's not down. He's not gonna get back up again.
Karen, I pulled up Kieran's character sheet just to see like what more of your move set is, to see if I could like set you up for something. And I do appreciate your short-term goal of learn self-defense that does not involve being set on fire.
I mean, I succeeded, right? I know how to punch.
You're doing great.
Ooh.
Oh, what? Uh-oh.
Okay, so Stocky will try to get back up, but when you try to get back up in front of... when you're in melee range of someone, there needs to be a roll. Finbar, you don't need to roll anything. If I fail... If I fail, I need one success, but now I got complications because of D. If I fail, it takes an automatic like 1 damage from Finbar that you can just whack him for free.
Damn.
Right. Church League softball. Boom.
Yeah. But getting back up is not something that they are... it counts as endurance, I'll say. So it's not their wheelhouse, not their forte. But it's got the 4 successes.
Okay.
So, yeah, Stocky just uses its sword, hacks away at the roots, and manages to get back up just in time to avoid the second blow from the shillelagh. So Stocky is up and about, ready to fight. The other ones are still entangled. Players, it is your turn.
All right. Do you want to go first, or shall I, Morning?
If you could go, I'm just looking through the last of Kieran's things.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Since he's getting up, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get him back down again. So, might and close combat.
Might
still,
and close
right?
combat, yeah. And that extra
All right.
die.
Yeah. 3.
3 is enough.
I see your struggle,
one more
Hannah.
just for fun. Okay, so 3.
So that's an extra success because you needed only 2. So
All right.
as before,
I'm gonna knock him back down again. make him work for it. Hey, takedown's 2 points. Escape's only 1. I'm leading 4-2.
It falls back down, and immediately as you just hit the back of his knees again,
Getting right in
weeds,
the hamstrings this time.
Yeah, the weeds lose no time, and they sort of jet forth and grab at his neck and bring him forcefully downward again. D. Kieran Morning.
Okay. I am going to do similarly to last. I will spring forward and I will attack the lanky one again. Blinded boy, because I may as well.
With all the complication that it has. So again, I'll ask you, do you want 2 enhancement or do you want to give him 2 complications?
I'll just take 2 enhancement.
All right. So you need 2 successes to hit him. Basically, if you roll 1, it's enough.
Great. Well, this is part of the goal, I guess. I keep clicking athletics because it's right next to close combat. Okay. And then,
oh shit!
Holy shit!
Oh, what did I roll? I can't even see it
That's
yet.
a 7.
7.
Nice.
Plus your extra die, that's an 8.
Jesus
plus your 2 enhancement,
Christ.
that's a 10.
All right,
So,
maybe.
Jesus.
What do you want me to do for you,
Holy
Hannah?
moly. Oh boy, that's
nothing for
lot
me.
of
I don't.
successes.
What?
So, quick math right here.
Unless it's
You
dead, I
have
guess.
8 extra successes to do stunts with.
Okay. Woohoo! Okay.
wow.
Would 2 criticals take him out?
Let me just, how many injuries? Because if I add a critical injury...
So you can only add 1 of each, basically.
1 of each, okay.
Oh,
It was an idea.
God. Okay.
Yeah, so you can't do like, oh, I want to do 2 criticals. It's...
Yep.
Right, but how, like, if I add a critical, how's he looking?
If you add a critical, he will be below half.
Okay, so I will add a critical.
All right.
You could sunder him, take out his weapon.
I was thinking of that as well.
Lanky doesn't have a weapon.
Lanky doesn't have a weapon. Okay.
No, he's the one with the skeletal fingers.
Oh, yeah.
But it's sundering also works on armor, so I will also I think I'll faint. Let me see if there's one more that I want to do. Sorry, there's so many here. Is that one already prone? It's the other one that's prone.
Yeah, the other one's prone.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and knock it down. And then I'll give 3 enhancement with faint to Kieran on their next attack.
Okay.
I would say do not feel bad about burning the vines if you need to burn this thing.
Okay.
This thing
content.
is so wounded. Like, I'm trying to just set you up for an easy hit.
I mean,
I'm gonna knock on wood, but
I will also say, like, they missed their turn for 1 round. That's fine by me. If you want to just like spend or just burn the hell out of it.
yeah,
Do
because
whatever.
also I could give. I mean, I have several people to give feints to, but it's only against this one enemy. Like, it has to be the same enemy that I attacked, and I have 3 extra successes. So, like, I'm just gonna throw them out there.
Okay.
I want you to feel like you can do something, my friend.
You know what? I built this character to be like role play heavy.
Blather
so
and skite,
I
yeah.
am okay with not being able to do much in battle, but I
Sure.
appreciate you.
And also, Kieran, if you wanted, you could just wait until D is also done, like her free attack with the vines.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Oh, and the vines have a free stunt if they hit,
Yeah.
because they're versatile.
You want me to attack that one, or you want to attack the stocky one? Okay, we'll do the one with the hand things, and we'll go from there.
Lanky?
Lanky, we'll do Lanky, and if Lanky's dead, we can move
Lanky's
on.
under half, so yeah, whatever you
Okay.
need.
All right, I'll use the vines to like try and bludgeon this down.
So that is presence and survival.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's do it.
1
success.
and you needed, oh my god, wait, it's prone. Prone in melee, so it's down to 4 with 3. So that is a hit, but that is
Okay.
barely a hit. So you only have 1 free success because of the versatile.
Okay.
So there's still the damage. That
Okay.
of course.
Okay.
But you have one S for a stunt if you wanted.
Okay, let's see. What can I spend this one? 1S. I haven't looked at this because I haven't had anything that could. You know, let's. I will faint for Karen too. Like, I want this thing just to like, just be as open to getting like, just lit up as possible.
So that gives a total of 4 enhancement to Kieran.
All dice.
I have a
Then-
question, Simon,
Yes.
because I can't seem to find it on my sheet. What would the roll be for Finrir's Fang? to use that as a weapon.
If you want to just stab someone with it,
Mm-hmm.
that would be wait, Fenrir's Fang. Did I give it anything for? It should be might in close combat, but let me just
Might.
check.
Okay.
I think you. I forgot what I think of.
Where's the Fang?
The Fang is
I'm
under birthrights.
No, I mean in my notes.
Oh.
I think I left them on Mr. Stevenson's sheet. Yes, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Concealable
That was-
lethal melee thrown. That's what I was trying to find.
Oh, lethal sense.
So, let me just do one thing very quickly. I will add that to...
I've got it in
Your
my notes
sheet.
at the very bottom. Concealable lethal melee thrown.
Oh, okay, awesome. Then because it's got thrown, I believe that if you throw it, you can use your dex. Let me see. That is close combat. We're looking at thrown attack. A thrown would be dex and athletics.
Okay.
Yeah. In this case, dex and athletics if you want to throw it. Or might and close combat if you want to strike with it.
Okay, and the 4 dots that I have in Finver's Fang itself, do I get 4 additional dice for that? Or
No, that's just the worth of the artifact, if you will.
Oh, okay,
The
I
level
gotcha.
of the artifact.
Okay.
I don't think Fenrir's Fang had anything... No, it didn't have anything to make it better in combat necessarily.
Okay. I'm going to Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna throw Finrir's Fang.
All right, give me dex and athletics.
Jesus. It's the same roll for the fire, so I was doomed to fail either way.
Do you want to spend your only momentum point?
No, but
Because if you fail, you generate momentum,
uh
or you can use it to roll an extra die.
what were the things that I was supposed to get from other people from the feints?
So if you have at least one success,
Oh.
you get 4 bonus successes.
No, let's generate momentum for now.
All right.
Okay.
So despite all of the feints, you pop up from your hiding spot, throw the dagger, and unfortunately, it misses. It just flies by.
It's okay.
Giant skeleton.
Oh,
It was worth a try.
can't hit the broadside of a barn.
I think everyone has played, so it's time for my giants to play. Again, person in the middle will try to attack the vines and fail, of course. Stocky's going to get back up and fail, and thus take a free damage from from Finbar, and then Lanky will try to get up, and if he fails, it's a free damage from Morning. He fails. Morning, would you care to describe how you finish off Lanky?
Tried to.
I mean, Lanky's on its knees. It's got this gash across its face, and I just imagine it at this point is sobbing. And as it is just there, I just leap and slice across its neck and cleave this weird crushed helmet off of it.
There's just, the camera will pan to follow the helmet just tumbling across the clearing. It hits a stone and then comes to a stop. That Fomori will never again get back up. And the others have tried unsuccessfully to free themselves from the vines, which means that it is now your turns.
I land and literally like snarl at the others. Bring it on.
They don't like their chances anymore.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I
So-
see you hit that position, and I point to the other one as I get ready to go after mine.
Sure.
Stocky is still on the ground, held by the vines.
All right. So I'll go ahead and take my shot at him then.
It's okay, you need only one success to hit.
Alrighty, here we go. How about 5?
Plus your extra die.
Plus one more just to add a little garnish to the top.
6. So if you crit, you use 4 of those successes to crit.
Mm-hmm.
You kill Stocky.
All right.
Stocky.
As he's trying to get up, it's like hanging curveball time. As he pulls the head up, they just swing, get him right here at the back of the neck. Crack all of the cervical vertebrae there and take him out.
And his
If the head
similar
flies
to
over the fence, that's gravy.
Yeah, I was gonna say similar to the first one, where the camera panned to follow the helmet. This one, it pans to follow the skull, just zooming across the sky and landing somewhere in the woods.
Yeah.
Weird is the only one left standing, and it is now frantically trying to free itself to run away.
Okay.
But
And
they're
I will,
still.
for the 2 remaining successes I have there, I'm going to send them as both feints to morning.
Okay.
Can I? Since my
It's
guy's
only,
dead?
but it is only against the opponent you were attacking. That's the thing.
Okay, so I can't do that. Okay.
Sorry.
All
No,
right.
in this case, you could add insult to injury and just shove its body like a number of meters equal to your might.
Even
for fun.
better. I pick up after I knock the giant out, I pick up the giant skull and fastball express it right at the head of the other giant.
Ooh, make a dex. No, make a might plus athletic. Not enough to do damage, but you do hit the giant with it, and the skull just shatters on across its back as it tumbles forward.
Going for a morale hit as much as anything else with that.
Oh yeah, you're just toying with them at this point. And so
then any movement that I might have, I would just use it to try to go up to help morning with the next one on my next turn.
you could, yeah. Which means we still have Morning, Kieran, and D left.
Well, I've already landed, and I will turn my sights to this. Wait, what's the nickname for the one that's still standing?
I called him Weird. He's the one
Weird.
with the shoulder thing.
Yeah, he's the first one.
Yeah.
Stocky and Lanky are down, and Weird is still there. So I will just immediately start running towards Weird, and just Weird knows what's coming.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to relish that as I swing my sword again.
Three is enough to hit. That gives you
Fair.
It had 2. So that gives you 1 free success if you want to do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, is it worth knocking it prone? I mean, it's already so.
I mean, prone means that it gets -1 to its defense against melee attacks. Like if you want to add insult to injury, which you guys have been doing the whole fight to them, you can.
Sure. Okay, so I think what I'll do then is swing the sword and just bring it down on its shoulder what shoulder there is and just like force it to its knees as well, mimicking the one I just decapitated.
It heaves under the blow and tries to turn its head towards you to mutter some sort of ancient curse, but we still have Kieran and D first.
No, go ahead.
Hmm?
Oh, you can go ahead if you want.
Oh.
You have something.
All right. Let's see if we can't fry this bastard. Okay, so I'm going to use Heaven's Fire, imbue one legend, and let's light him up. That's athletics plus dex.
Mm-hmm.
Not my best skill rolls. Good enough.
But 2 is good enough because of the complication to do damage, but you don't have any extra stuns.
That's fine.
That's okay. You did great.
Hey,
You hit one. Good job, buddy.
you got the hit. That's all that matters. Points is points.
Burn.
Yeah, the ball of fire just hits it. Because you hit, you can choose not to burn away the roots and the vines.
Okay.
Because I mean, y'all are good enough for that. Like, it's, if you wanted to burn, I'll tell you this, because we'll make it interesting. If you burn the vines, it catches on fire. It only has 1 HP left, so it's going to die from it.
Mm-hmm.
However, you are going to set fire to the clearing.
Let's go.
And so in a great ball of fire, the giant, the
Goodness
Fomori,
gracious.
burns like a bonfire, and you see you can even feel, because you control those vines, you can feel the heat going all the way back to you as all of the vines, the grass, and the roots begin to catch on fire, and it spreads across the clearing, burning this, what we would almost see as a crop circle
Underbrush.
from a bird's eye view, and the fire just spreads out like wildfire in summer. And that's where we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back with post combat what's going on in a couple of minutes. Take a few seconds to hydrate, to grab something to eat, and to lick your wounds from this fight if you are the giants. And we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, everyone. Stick around.
Your wounds if you have any.
And we are back. The clearing is rapidly catching on fire. Somewhere in here is the battered form of this painted warrior, along with 3 giant bodies. What do y'all do?
I will sheath my sword over my shoulder, and I'll make my way to where we saw the warrior land.
I cast Flash Freeze.
What the what?
Flash Freeze. You can drain away the heat of the world, icing over landscapes and freezing enemies from the inside out.
Is this to stop the fire?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice move.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, so immediately the entire
Yeah.
the entire clearing just freezes over. No more fire. But it is now like everything is caked in this layer of rime. But no more burning the place down.
All right.
That's
you
cool.
go check. While you check on our fallen warrior, I'm gonna start searching these giant bodies. I'm not necessarily thinking I'm going to get any loot per se, but I want to see if there's any kind of like amulets or talisman or some sort of markings, talisman markings on them, something like that, to try to figure out who or what, or more importantly, whose they are.
Yeah, didn't one of them have a symbol on their
shield?
shield? Yeah.
Half faded.
Yeah.
Finbar, can you give me let's go with intellect and culture. No, you know what? Cunning and culture.
Cunning and culture. Okay. Cunning and culture. Okay, here we go. I'm not as good at cunning as I am.
In the fight,
Intellect.
unfortunately, with the fire and then the flash freeze, whatever paint markings were left on the shield have been removed, disintegrated. There's just a sort of a faint outline of something dark against the wood. Not enough to tell you anything about where they were from, or if they had some sort of patron or affiliation.
All right. Does it look like it was painted onto the wood or carved onto it?
Painted. It was
Okay,
painted.
so
Yeah.
there goes that idea. Okay. I'll look to see if on any of the other bodies, if there's any like even if it's like an old tattoo like marking or something like that.
Meanwhile, I know Morning you were going to the body. D, where were you going? D, and I know Kieran's freezing everything over.
D's just looking around and then thinking to Morning, it's like, are they normal? They just are these things that are usually around here, or is this weird?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, this is new and concerning.
She'll tap the ice with her foot. It's like, oh, good. Convenient to put a fire. Nice.
I'm worried this is only the tip of the iceberg, too. No pun intended.
It's a good one.
Thanks.
But yeah, I assume this isn't the worst thing that's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
the warrior is breathing but barely. The hit from the axe broke part of his face and probably caused a lot of internal bleeding. Even if it was just the flat of it. He's barely conscious.
I will take a knee next to him. And I will just say, you did well.
He, just like me, hacks and coughs. And turns, a swollen eye to you. Who are you?
My name is Morning, daughter of the Morrigan. And I've finally come home.
Daughter of the Morgan. We thought none would come back. Are you here to take me to my rest?
If you are ready, yes.
I am. And he, points to the direction, feebly points the direction he was coming from and says, but they might not.
You should be at peace. Whatever remains, it is my responsibility now.
It's a shite responsibility you have. But I'm glad someone is taking care of it.
Shite responsibility it may be, but I will bear it nonetheless. Are you ready?
And he looks to the sky and he mutters something incomprehensible, but then just nods. Feebly. And with that, he just breathes his last. Having died a second time.
I think, too, this is something we haven't super touched on, but I think there's a little bit of that video game effect of someone pixelating, fading away.
Oh, yeah, we can. I think. Yeah, I think it would be from his last breath that there's this light of just these motes that basically kind of like dandelion seeds that scatter to the wind. And
this is something that happens even no, you don't have to die here. You just have to accept moving on. And so this person's acceptance happened to come on this horrible fate here, but there is no body. This isn't a corporeal place.
And it's not like what happens, or at least from what you've heard of Angus, what happens when the shadow smoke fire thing gets someone.
Yes.
This one moved on to their
this
appropriate afterlife.
This happens even if it's not at a death moment. If someone accepts it, like they could be sitting on a bench and this similar thing would happen.
Yeah, I see it like at the end of The Good Place. And now I've spoiled the end of The Good Place for those of you who haven't seen it in like years. It's an awesome series. You should all watch it. But yeah, he just peacefully moves on. The fire in the clearing is gone. Silence has fallen back on the area, and it's only now in this like relative quietness that you can hear distant shouts and cries. Whatever battle was following, or whatever battle the Pictish warrior was fleeing from, clearly it is still ongoing somewhere else.
Sounds like there's more to do.
The other Fomori, by the way, Finbar, do not have any identifiable markings.
Yeah. It was worth a shot to try.
But from what you saw, like even without a success, I mean, it's clear that they look undead. Like they clearly, you know, one of them was probably eaten by a shark. Like it shows. They are not. Right. I shouldn't say undead. They are dead. They died at some point, probably a long time ago. But they don't look like they fit in this specific afterlife. You know enough about the Tuatha De Danann to know who should belong here. They remind you of Aesers. They remind you of Vikings.
Yeah. Like they've been plucked from another realm, from another underworld to this one. Almost, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these certainly aren't from here. Or from our realm, shall we say, Morning. Looks like these are kind of stolen more out of yours, Kieran.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, they have more of a Viking Nordic look to them. More of your realm of deity than what you would find here.
Well, that can't be right. We got a whole separate underworlder, afterlifer.
Exactly. I don't know if someone is hiring undead mercenaries from other underworlds to come invade others or what, but something's not right here.
Well,
There's also something else now that the battle is over. Aren't you missing someone?
Yeah! Where the fuck is he? Sorry.
Yeah.
Who?
I thought of that in the middle of the battle.
Where's our famous hunting friend?
God.
He should have been here with us.
We brought...
I went to all the trouble to find him, to bring him,
Yeah,
and I was just run off.
Yeah.
Blimey bastard.
And he's...
Was he here when we arrived? He was here. Well, because I know he came with us, but like when we...
He came with you, but when you appeared...
He wasn't there.
You remember seeing the warrior coming for you. And then the giants, and then the fight and everything, but... JD's not anywhere around.
Where is he?
I thought of that, but Morning was too in the battle to think twice. Was he not able to make it here?
Maybe something happened? between then and getting here. But if that happened, do you have any idea where he went?
Would there be a reason why somebody wouldn't be able to enter the underworld or the afterlife? Or
I've never encountered it. I've always been here.
I mean, right now, 2 of you shouldn't belong to this underworld, and yet you're still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, so it can't be Pantheon, because otherwise, Kieran, you and D, neither of you would be here. It'd just be Morning and myself.
And
So it can't.
those giants
Can't
would be
do
here as
that.
well, right?
And those giants wouldn't be able to be here as well. But why would it keep him out? If that's the case, we're making a supposition.
He did not arrive with us. I don't see any point in looking for tracks.
I mean,
Don't know why.
I mean, best case is maybe he is still standing where we left, and only we, went through.
well, mortals can come down here, right? Just like regular people. So even if he was lying to us all this time about being a godling, he'd still be able to come down here, wouldn't he?
Simon.
Can you make
But
a
but you're a godling. If he was true, pure, mere mortal, only the dead can come.
I don't think. Sorry, I don't think Morning needs a check because you have 5 points in culture and a specialty in the dead and all that.
Sure.
So,
But I have a secondary thing to do too, if you're gonna give me this.
oh, okay, go ahead, tell me, and then I'll.
I pull out my cell phone
Oh, yeah.
because Angus was able to make some sort of connection with the outside world and acquire internet.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if I can do that too.
Oddly enough, there's reception.
Yes.
Like it's weak. It's like this, like between 1 and 2 bars, but
That's fine. I'm just sending a
The-
text.
Oh, I'm so glad to know there's Wi-Fi in hell.
This text,
There's gonna
this text is gonna you're gonna get a bill. It's gonna be like $200 for this one.
You can imagine the roaming fees.
So you're gonna send a text, but also I will give you that info about the mortals.
Okay.
The only way for mortals to appear here is that they have to die. They have to die, and they have to belong in some way to... It might not be just the one pantheon, the Tuatha De Danann. It might be a little broader than that. But they have to belong here.
That fucking lion son of a bitch. I knew I hated him for a reason.
If he's a mortal and he's alive, he's not setting foot here. So, what is the text message that you send it?
I send JD a text message that's just "Where are you?" in all caps. Question mark, question mark.
He sends another one. It says, "Where are you?"
Okay.
You know, capitalized you. It's chaos over here.
Cool.
We still hear the battle going on, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? He landed over there.
I take a picture of this the icy remains of these Fomorians in the clearing and send that back.
He sends back a selfie. He looks like he's on top of a like a watchtower, but like a very like hastily built watchtower, built of timber, and he's got his sort of, you know, like the bluish sort of javelin that he summoned at one point, and he's got that, and he's stabbing the head of a giant with it.
Okay, no, he's here.
Okay,
He looks
somewhere.
to be in an area with pine trees.
Not palm trees.
Yeah, he's on a
Okay.
California beach somewhere.
JD found dead in Miami.
Okay, I'll text back and be like, on our way to find you.
Still don't trust him.
That's
Well, trust him or not, he's in the thick of the fight of it over there. We better join him.
You know, we better find him.
and this is better than him just being a lying little shit, right?
I
Yeah.
guess so.
I
Right?
mean, it would be bad if it was 2 for 2.
Yeah, we just got separated. It's fine. And I am going to start heading to the edge of the clearing. I will mount midnight and begin towards the sound.
And I will use my wild purview to help lead the rest of us through.
I
I
grabbed my
can move
knife.
through the wilderness at a dryad's pace and or any difficulty or dangerous terrain based on dense undergrowth, fallen trees, briar patches, blah, 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 blah.
You
I know that probably applies to me, but at least I can blaze the trail for everybody else.
you make your way quickly to where the fighting is. In fact, even though the sound reverberates and echoes through the woods, with your powers, you're able to always sort of direct yourself through the shortest path, and you happen upon a. It looks almost like a Roman camp, you know, surrounded by a wooden palisade. There are like 2 standing watchtowers in 2 opposite ends of the camp. There's no smoke coming out of it. Nothing's on fire at the moment, but so it's built on a low hill, if you will. Cleared because people cut wood across, like chopped down a lot of the trees around. And this sort of newish clearing is littered with like half a dozen giant corpses. As you arrive, there's one giant you can see on top of the watchtower. Who you suppose is JD, due to the like bluish flash of sort of lightning coming out from the watchtower to the giant, but the giant wielding this great like giant axe just hacks down the watchtower. It falls into rubble before other, we'll call them mortals, you know, they're not giants, but kind of Pictish warriors as well, half naked, tattooed, and they have slings, and they just stone the giant to death. Just hail of sling stones until the giant, unable to sort of deflect most of them, eventually topples over, falls down, and hits his head on a stump. The fight seems to come to an end as 2 other Fomori abandon the battlefield and run away in the opposite direction that you're coming from. This is what you see as you step into the
Can I
clearing.
retcon a little bit?
Yes, sure.
I would like to bring the sundered head of one of the Foborians with me.
Sure. You wanted the one that was used as a baseball, or
I think I did Lanky's head first, so
Yeah.
I'll take Lanky's head.
all right. Yeah, and you can even see like the top of the skull cap where the helmet was like has similarly been crushed. So whatever happened to this Fomori, like it died. It's like a giant hand took it and squeezed it. But here you are in the clearing. There's a stunned moment of silence, and then cries of victory from the Pict that are there.
Scan for JD.
Somewhere in the rubble of that watch tower, there's just a hand that comes out and like tries to wave at anyone around. Just under a pile of like timber and logs.
Yeah, I'll ride Midnight over, lean down, and grab his forearm to hoist him out.
You pull him out. He's bruised. And you can see his, we'll say his right arm. The axe must have bit through it because the bicep is bisected. Along the arm. He's bleeding, obviously. And just looks at you a little dazed as you pull him out and says, I think I got lost.
Yeah, I don't think we really stuck the landing on that one. Sorry, bud.
Yeah,
You look worse for wear.
I'll be okay, I guess.
The picture was nice, though. That would make a great profile pic.
Yeah, the picture I took before it got my arm. I'm not... You know when they say not to stick your hands and legs out of the ride? I shouldn't have done that. But where were you? And why did you leave me alone?
We didn't leave you alone. We just landed a little off, I guess.
We landed on the other side of the clearing and had 3 of our own to fight before we could get here.
We came as quickly as we could.
Well, it's a good thing. Yeah, they got separated. It was a bit chaotic. They're pretty good for whatever they are, and he points to the rest of the camp where many of the people that are there. You notice it's only now that you're closer with Midnight, it's only a handful of people in the camp that are like tattooed with like the war paint and everything. The rest look like any other dead soul in the garden. Like some of them are from the 60s.
Yeah.
Some of them are from the 20s. Some of them are from the 17th century. Some are... Of course, you know, the ratio, there's obviously more dead people from... The more you go into the past, the more there are. Because there are more dead people than alive people in the world, historically speaking. But you can still see that, like, some are just bewildered at everything that just happened. Even those that seem to have been here for a long time, and even you, Morning, would know, like, it's... The garden were never under attack. It was never a battlefield. It was never a place where you should have to fight or fear for your life or existence. But they can defend themselves. Good. Would you by any chance have D with you before I faint?
Oh,
he's talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my JD voice. Sorry.
I say, let's get you looked at, and I'll hop down from Midnight and help him stand and move. And I'll call out, "We need medical assistance."
Oh, yeah. Dee will, like, tilt her head and just kind of, like, make her way over. She's like, what the hell happened to you?
He took a
he's got-
selfie.
Yeah. Oh. She looks at the pile of rubble. My phone's probably in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll find it, and I'll leave him with D and go look through the rubble.
And that arm is something that you can't, like, heal yourself with, right? You need me to look at it.
Have I ever gave you the impression that I could heal?
I don't know how you people that fight things work. I assume that you have, like, some sort of that. Maybe you can heal, but I guess not. I guess just a smart tongue. So why don't you just sit your butt down and I'll take a look at it.
Wow. You're he sits down on a log and it's like, so I figure Inari didn't give you any powers over the purview of bedside manners.
Not really. That's more well, I can heal other people if you want.
I would really like it.
All right then. So let's get at it, and we'll keep these rubble barbs to ourselves then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my kit out. I'll take a look at what you have.
So mechanically speaking, for your power, because I don't remember exactly how your power works.
Well, I can either, like, treat him, or depending if it's super severe, I can use healing hands.
So it is relatively super severe.
Okay.
Because he has technically he's taken 4 injuries. He's at maimed.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
At
the
moment. So
yeah,
that
you will
would be
use healing hands to kind of clean the wound and just kind of. She'll put her hand on it and just kind of clear out any sort of, like, any sort of dirt and stuff that's in there, and she'll use healing hands on.
Do
her.
I find his arm in the rubble too?
his arm. You mean his phone?
Yeah, his phone and his arm.
Well, his arm
Sure.
isn't cut off. It's
Oh, it's just cut.
it's basically
Oh, okay,
been
okay.
open like this.
I see what you're
it's just-
saying.
sorry.
I was thinking.
Not-
I was thinking.
not chopped off, yeah.
Hamburger style, not hot dog
Oh,
style.
No, hot dog style.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Um,
I think she'll stitch it up and then just do her thing, and kind of, like, hold her hands over it, and it will just quickly heal up. I'll use that point of legend.
And you see the flesh and the bones and the muscles begin to knit back up until in a matter of seconds it's like there was nothing.
See? Good as new, but it's gonna be a little sore, so don't try and get in any fights for at least a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, Doctor. I didn't think we would fight here.
You know what? I didn't think so either, but second we got here, it's just like there's giants and stuff happened.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, if Morning can find your phone, I can maybe work some magic on that too, so that'll be 2. You know me. And she'll get up and walk away.
Great. But yes, it's a question of time before Morning finds the his phone. A little beat up, but still usable. The screen is cracked. And in the rubble, you would also found Morning the bodies of 2 other mortals who probably were, around the base of the tower when it collapsed.
I will spare them a few thoughts and moments of silence.
The survivors have started coming out of their tents and of their hiding spots and have begun to crowd around the 5 of you. looking very concerned.
The people who have the war paint have the Picts kind of look to them. Can I use the translation abilities from my Bard's Quest to understand their language and try to communicate with them?
Good, yes, because I was going to say some of them speak in a language that you have never heard before.
Cool.
Y'all's abilities are so cool.
And yeah, no, you can translate. Like, I mean, those that died more recently, I mean, some of them will speak Gaelic, some of them will speak English. You can easily understand them. But
Okay.
the others from way before, and even some, they don't appear like they belong here either. Like, you find that a few of them are reminiscent of, they look like they would belong in Killian's sort of afterlife. You remember, like, that place that he created to forge the Torque and everything?
Yeah.
Basically the Gaulish afterlife. Yet they're here.
All right, I want to.
And they're basically asking you who you are and
Okay.
what's going on.
Yeah. I introduce myself by name, and I will ask them, when you passed on to this part of life, is this where you originally came, or were you brought here from somewhere else?
Setting aside those who are going like, what? Afterlife? What's going on? The others, some will say that they were maybe elsewhere. The trees were different.
Okay.
It was a lot of birch trees and oaks, and it was perpetually fall. Just like that.
Almost
very
like the setting where
specific
the log
moment.
cabin's in.
Yeah. And it was different. It was different in here because there was no real major bodies of water. They understand that they're on an island, but they used to be on land. But then there were dark clouds, and night came. And with the night came this these aurora borealis in the sky. It's sort of, it looked like a fisherman's net. And not long after, there were earthquakes, and then none of them really know what happened, but they got here. It's like if everyone has a missing time or amnesia about the events. They don't even know how long it could have been. I mean, all of them anyway are dead. So to them, time doesn't work the same anymore.
Right.
But yeah, that was weird.
Yes. So either someone is stealing from other underworlds and bringing people here, or they're being funneled from one to another as if others are being sundered, maybe.
Finbar, just to ask, is that are these things you have to translate to us as you?
Yeah, I'm
understand them?
translating. I'm translating it all to you.
Yeah, Morning's puzzling over this for sure. I don't know of any connections between the varying underworlds. Like
no highway or conduit or anything like that that would be, even in spiritual matter, that would be connecting them together, right? I'm not aware of any. Are there any in my recollection of folklore?
Can any one of you make, if they wanted, a intellect plus occult check?
I do.
Definitely.
And it counts
have...
as the dead, so your specialty will work.
Yay!
If anyone has specialties on like dead, spirits, or underworlds,
Is that +1?
it's a +1 enhancement basically. So if you succeed,
Okay,
you get.
cool. Oh yeah. I remember that. I remember now. Thank you. Ooh, nice. D.
So between the four of us, that's 8, 9.
Yeah.
We got this.
And that is plenty enough. The problem with having a mustache. There's one road, highway, / it doesn't belong to any of your specific pantheons, but you've heard of the Styx before.
Mm-hmm.
And how the river is supposed to run through the real world and the Greek underworld and go around like all of these other areas of Hades. Other mythologies also have these like underworld rivers. There's a river of milk in the Hindu pantheon, if I remember correctly. Kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's always been used as symbolism as going to the other side by going over the river.
It seems that the overarching theme is it's a body of water. And apparently water is what could bring from one underworld to the next. Now, you've seen a gate to the underworld, you think, that looked like a lighthouse?
Mm-hmm.
You're not quite sure about like the rest, like the McAllister house, I mean, wasn't near any bodies of water or anything like that, yet you were able to step through. So there might be like exceptions to the rule, but it seems that the overarching, like the general rule is there's a river, a flowing body of water that can bring you from one place to the other. That would connect them together.
So, either as someone's using those connections to send people to other places, or they're stealing them to bring them to here. Or
sorry to interrupt, I forgot a thing.
Sure.
The Ghost of Angus mentioned that the Fomori arrived in longships.
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah.
I looked to the Picts looking warriors and all that, and I talked to him and say, do you know where the longboats that the giants arrived on, where they beached at, where they came?
There's one that steps forward, a younger blonde teenager, probably no more than 15 or 16 years old, like an adult in his own lifetime.
Right.
And he recalls he saw them. He was playing on the beach. He was like skipping stones, and he saw them from afar. He said they came from the east. Sorry, they came from the east, or at least what he thinks is the east, because kind of hard to tell. They beached near what would be the beach camp, the place where Taliesin is. That was probably their at least one landing. He doesn't know how many there were, because he said dozens of ships, but they weren't all going the same direction. It was as if they were aiming for all of the other islands as well.
We should make our way to the coast.
Definitely. If they're trying to... If they were to take out all of the underworlds, no place for the dead to go. I stagger to think the ramifications. I don't think I even want to think about it.
There's still so much we don't know.
Oh. When has that been any different from what's happening?
Well, we've been flying blind ever since we started on all of these escapades. Why should now be any different?
Mm-hmm.
I will kind of step forward and... Finbar, can you translate?
Certainly. We'll play preacher. We'll play foreign missionary, where you speak for a little bit, and then I translate, and then you speak a little bit, and I translate again.
I will step forward and say, I am Morning, daughter of the Morrigan. I've returned home to help fight. For too long, I didn't know what was happening here, but I do now. I'm here now, and I will help however I can. These are my companions, and I'll gesture to each, introduce them one by one, including JD. We are here to help. Any information you can offer us will be helpful, and we'd like directions to the coast. I'm looking for Taliesin there.
They look at each other unsure. No one really wants to volunteer to guide you to the coast. But after a little while, there's a woman, older than the warriors even, and she is scarred enough that you figure she's probably like died a veteran of many combats. And she says, I can guide you there. But
You have my thanks.
But I have something to ask in return.
What do you wish?
Now, Simon needs to verify one thing before he speaks out of his ass.
Morning, y'all. This is for the people who know her. Morning is trying so hard. Because, like, even on streams, she's never, like, this put together. Her words are strung together, and it is an attempt at an inspirational speech. Or, like, at least encouraging, right? But it is also, to those who know her, can tell that she is, like, putting one word after the other, kind of struggling to get through, definitely a little anxious.
She introduces herself as Boudica. And here she's no one. She used to be someone. But the great wheel turned, and instead of bringing her back into the world like it was promised, it brought her here. And she's been denied that turn of the great wheel, and she wants it. And so I can help you find your Taliesin, your camp. I can help you move unseen from the great fire. But I want you to bring me back to the world of the living.
Simon, is that within my power?
As far as you're concerned right now, Morning, you have no idea. Unless you have something on your sheet that specifically states it.
No, you're right.
I don't think Morning knows. And like, maybe if you become a demigod, maybe you'll have that power. But she can do it. And you can hear, you know, the confidence in her voice. You know she can do it. And you know, she looks like someone who can handle herself. She has probably walked the breadth of the aisle already before. But she's dead set on wanting to finish that turn of the wheel.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, my cat brought her toy all the way upstairs. She wants to play fetch. Bless her. Okay. So that one throws Morning off a little bit for sure. But after thinking for a few moments, says, I will do everything in my power to help.
Can you make presence and persuasion for me?
Is this something that's been translated to all of us or just Morning?
No, I think
I'm probably translating it in the equivalent of English and all that, so to Morning and all that. I doubt.
So everyone hears
I probably would be,
everyone
so you
can
guys
hear
can
it?
hear it as well. Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone wants to say anything.
We'll do it. She'll do it. She can do it.
Slight panicked look from Morning in Kieran's direction.
Well, yeah, I gotta have more confidence in yourself. No, she'll do it.
Is that like a help?
Yeah, that's a help.
All right. So you can also roll presence plus persuasion, add your successes.
Presence and persuasion. Okay. That is a 100%. I don't actually care if she can do it. I'm just going to say she can do it.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
So we've got 4 successes. Boudica looks at the two of you. and then just nods and says, I will trust you for now. I will help you because I trust that you will help me in turn. But seek to betray me, and I will make sure that your lives end on this island. I don't care about them. And she points to the others. They're not mine. So if you really want to help them, if you care for them, you will help me as well. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to take no for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Morning is a little bit more frustrated now, honestly. And I think there is a slight edge to her voice as she says, I care about everyone here, whether they are mine or not. All dead matter to me. And I have promised I will help you however I can.
Well, now hold on a minute. What do you mean they're not yours?
She points to like 2 or 3 people. She's like, they came with me. We weren't here before.
Well, where was you before?
Different underworld.
Aye, but which one?
And the way she describes it, it sounds like the Gaulish, the Nematon Devos. But not quite. Hers was this kind of peaceful glade that was, well, glade, no. Peaceful stretch of land that was surrounded by enemies. And that any day she could go out and fight and relive the glory of her past. And then when she grew bored, she could just go back home. Something that, you know, in life was not possible. She mentions that she could see from where she was the Roman city of Londonum. And so it seems that she's from like a middle ground between maybe like the Romans and the Celts and the, so like this strange area of, it was probably belonging to a pantheon at some point and just was absorbed by another and created this in between place, if you will. Sorry.
Well then, I guess we have, shall we say, a port of call to find.
Easy enough. Do you need to rest? And like there's a tinge of disdain when she asks if you need to rest. And she just looks at JD.
I am not going to rise to that, but I will look to JD and let him answer for himself.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'll look at Finbar, look back to Boudica, and just say, "We spare no time for rest."
Then follow me. And she turns. She says a couple of words to one of the, her people that was with her. And just puts a hand on their shoulder before sort of like softly pushing them away. And then moving away and heading into the forest of pine. You follow, I assume. As you move through the gardens, morning, you begin to sort of get your bearings now, where you are. You landed, let's say, on the northern half of the island. If we had to like separate it, you would have landed like in the northwestern half of the island. Whereas where she's bringing you is directly south. You'll remember this place before. It changed mostly because of the fires, the fighting, and sort of the improvised camps that people had to create. It used to be a wilder area of the gardens, a place where like some people did wander about, but it wasn't like this sort of hub. It's far away from the gate through which people came, and so, to have been forced to move all the way to that side of the garden, it means that there was definitely something worrisome. And as you move south, further and further, the five of you, well, six with Boudica, but entire swaths of land have been burnt to ashes. It's like a flow of magma just ran its course through the island, burning everything in like a strip, almost like a road of burnt up wood, grasses. In some places, even the sand and the dirt was burnt so hot that it turned to glass. You never see the burning creature. You do come across areas that are still, I'm not going to say ablaze, but there are still flames burning. The fire is mostly died out because whatever could be burnt is gone. Some of the older ruins, those like columns of stone, those pillars have been broken to pieces. Here and there are the bodies of Fomori. Some of them burnt to death. Clearly, it gives the impression that, maybe the fire thing and the Fomori are not necessarily working together. And that they're just two, like, forces that have taken upon the island.
Interesting.
It feels like you've been walking for several hours when Boudica stops you and points to sort of a very, very narrow trail that snakes between the trees. She says the landing is beyond there. But between us and the camp, there's the Fomori. The giants from the water. She looks at mostly your weapons. says, I don't think you can take on them head first. I would suggest being cautious. They are not known for their mercy. And then she picks up the pace and goes down the trail.
Neither am I say under my breath.
What you see beyond the trail once you approach the tree line is this beach of smooth black stones with these like rock formations. Gosh darn, what are they again? The Giant's Causeway. If you remember what it looks like.
Yeah.
So it's like these stones shapes like hexes.
Heck, yeah.
Basalt, most of them.
Yeah.
And they make up a big part of the beach. And located in sort of a bay that is formed by the beach are several very in very bad states, but still somehow floating, several Viking longships. You can still see like the round shields hung on the sides. The sails have been hoisted. No, not hoisted. They've been... But anyway, they're not up at the moment. All of them anchored there, and on the beach are like these makeshift tents sized for giants. As many of the Fomori, you see some of them a little taller than humans, but not as tall as the actual giants you fought. There seems to be like a discrepancy between the heights, but many of them, again, looking emaciated, looking dead, looking like they died at sea and came back. Some died violently. Many of them are missing, chunks of, if not flesh, of entire limbs. They shuffle about almost like zombies, yet they have a purpose. They recreate sort of the lifestyle that they would have camping during a raid. They feed on the dead that are there. You have like a roasting spit with like several people impaled, and they're like kebabbing them. Farther out from the basalt beach, you can see in the distance faint plumes of smoke. And Boudica points to them and says, that's where you'll find your Taliesin. But we're gonna have to sneak through this camp. Or fight through it.
Let us retreat to a place where we can speak more freely.
She nods and just turns back up the trail. It's not long for you to retreat, far enough that you don't see the beach anymore, but that, you're still close enough that if someone was to, if a giant was to come your way, you'll see them come. But you find yourselves in like huddled together among the trees.
I'll use complete privacy just for additional.
That's the thing that makes people impossible to.
Yeah.
We cannot be listened in on. Our lips cannot be read. Our phone cannot be hacked, tapped, etc.
Yeah, the giants aren't gonna tap your phones, but everything else, yes.
Cool.
Mhm.
So you don't have to whisper.
Okay. There are too many to fight. But Kieran, you're excellent at sneaking, aren't you?
Well, yes, I'm good at sneaking, and failing that, I'm very good at being a distraction.
Actually, you're also good at burning
Things.
I'm also very good
Oh.
at burning things.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Milas?
I believe so.
All right, what's the plan?
We're going to pull a reversal on the book, on one of the principles from the book, The Art of War, I have a feeling.
We burn their ships.
Exactly.
I've been looking forward to this whole day.
It serves as, well, I think it should check all of your boxes.
It really should.
Sneaking,
Distraction.
Damn it.
And fire.
burning things.
Fire.
Ooh, this
really
is
does.
fun. This is fun. I think that would be our best bet, because whatever chaos is caused, it should allow us to pass through. And it cuts off their escape routes.
It keeps them from going to other places and doing the same kind of damage to other underworlds.
Exactly.
Assuming, of course, that they haven't sent others from other pantheons to do this kind of damage to other places, but at least we can slow one. If we slow one column down, we can go after the others.
Exactly. Kieran, how comfortable do you feel going alone?
Don't worry about me. Don't fret your head about me, lass. I am good to go.
And I'm here in case things don't happen to go well.
In
And
case things go
Yeah.
tits up. That's good.
We're all here to cover your back.
Mhm.
Just maybe from a distance.
That's good. Well, I had this fun little talk with my dad where he sort of refused to answer one of my questions. So I think I'm going to try and figure out for myself what he wouldn't tell me. And I would like to use ephemera
From the what?
ephemera to disguise myself as one of the Fomori giants.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I will ask you to make a roll anyway, just in case for later, because it works one way or another, right?
Okay.
However, so the illusion of ephemera is normally something that you can create, from afar.
But I want to put it on myself
you're going
so
to
that I'm
create
moving
it
with
over
it.
you. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm still going to ask you for the roll. That'll be the difficulty if someone interacts with you
Mhm.
to see that, you are not a 12-foot tall kind of skeletal giant, but just Kieran.
Okay.
So if you can roll manipulation plus a number of dice equal to your maximum legend,
Okay.
Oh.
you're going to have to make the roll yourself, I believe.
Well, there's
Hmm.
manipulation. Oof.
Okay, just the
Man.
one.
No. Oh, that's not right. That would have been really bad.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so that's
Another-
2 more, and you get to re-roll those 2 10s. So that's 3 successes.
3 successes.
3
Okay.
successes.
Okay.
All right. So the difficulty to see through your disguise is 3.
Cool.
So in a flash, you change. Well, you don't change, but you create this construct around you.
Mhm.
What did they look like?
I'm going to go ahead and just take the appearance of the guy whose head was sort of fused with his arm,
Okay, yeah.
so that it's, somebody that they have seen leave the camp and is now coming back.
Okay. So just to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
the plan here is Kieran goes through the camp, sets fire to the ships
Mm-hmm.
somehow, and while that is happening and the giants are freaking out, you will all sort of sneak/rush through the edge of camp to go
Right behind the edge of camp.
Okay. So please, Kieran, what's going on?
So I'm going to, with my disguise,
Yep.
I'm going to just walk casually. Don't be suspicious through the camp. Like, as whatever casual looks like for one of these undead giants. I'm going to head towards the boat, and I'm going to wade out to the boat and get like right up close to, or between. How many boats are there?
So all in all, there are 15 ships.
Jeez, God, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, they're not like all like stuck together, right? They're all over the bay. But they cover like most of the bay. Like if you were to, let's say, topple the mast of one of them, it would fall onto another ship. Like that's how close they are. So they're not touching, the hulls aren't touching, but they're so close that if you were to spark a fire on one, like eventually it would spread to the others as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
fire.
Well, fun thing about the Fang of Fenris is that I'm pretty sure it allows me to walk on water. Does it not?
I don't think so.
Oh, for some reason I thought that having ice ability allowed me to walk on water.
No, well, the flash freeze would let you walk on it because it's a flash freeze.
Okay, that's my mistake. I thought that having the Fang allowed me to walk on water. So that's
No, because walking
I'll
on
figure something else
water
out.
is epic dex.
okay. So
But I see that you also
Well-
have experienced traveler.
This is under frost. It says you may walk over water as it turns to solid ice underfoot long enough to support you.
there you go.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Hey.
It's under
my
purviews.
purview of frost.
Oh,
Frost
the purview of
purviews.
frost. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Then yes.
Sweet.
All right. So, using my purview of frost, I'm going to walk around the boats so that I'm blocked from view by the boats. And then I'm going to, since I have to keep moving in order to keep the ice underfoot, I'm going to walk in a row across the boats blocked from view and use Heaven's Fire. So I need to use another one of my legend points here. Just
Yes. Well, it's imbue, so I mean
imbue.
Yeah, so imbue means you get it back when you're not using it.
Okay.
So
well,
you're just like reserving this point of legend.
all
And
right.
so long as it's reserved, you can throw your fire and all that. And
Well,
then
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna.
Well, okay, but first, because this in Kieran's mind, this is going to happen without a hitch.
Yeah.
But in reality,
Manifest it into reality.
so I know that you have the thing that lets you pick up on moors and everything.
Mhm.
So after a few minutes of just surveilling their camp, you can easily walk through and move about like you were one of them.
Mhm.
And you pass by, the barbecue pit.
Mhm.
You pass by some of the tents. You can see that inside the tents, there are like sleeping giants. One tent that you pass by seems to be the, we'll call it the granary.
Mhm.
And it's got a lot of dead stacked up. You move through. You notice when you get closer to the edge of the bay, was sort of hidden by the tents and everything, but there is a giant who's just sitting by the beach. It's got this makeshift fishing rod,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fishing, but next to it is an equally impressive and equally undead bear that's just sleeping curled up around the fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
And as you move by them, the fisherman turns to you and says, "Oh, what's going on?"
Just checking on the boats. Keep fishing.
"What's with the boats?"
Just checking on the boats.
"Well, they're there."
Yeah, I can see they're there. I'm just checking to make sure that they're still seaworthy. There have been some attacks on some of our people. I just want to make sure that they're safe in case we have to go to our next destination after here.
Could you make manipulation subterfuge, please?
Yes.
I love how just checking on the boats is
Checking on the-
the excuse Kieran, our sneaky little liar, came up with.
But it works because apparently
It
I only
works.
have 2 successes. So he's like, "Oh, yeah, I heard there was some shit up north. Can never be too careful, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Catching anything?
No, and you waiting in there is not gonna help, so,
Well, you're not catching anything anyway.
hurry you." "What? You just saying that I'm a bad fisherman?"
Maybe
He
I am.
starts-
No, you're good. You're fine.
Alright, do your thing.
Don't let what people say get to you. You're fine.
Thanks. And like he reels in his line, and you see like in lieu of a worm, of like a bait, it's just a stack of human hands on a hook. Morning would know there's nothing in the water. But you wade through, or actually you walk on the water.
Well, it looks like I'm waiting because, I'm not the size of an
There you go.
SUV, unlike
Yeah.
this giant.
So you're stepping on, but your illusion is like knee deep in the water.
Hmm.
And you approach, like, let's say the closest ship
Hmm.
there is. You just summon your fire.
I check to make sure the guy who's fishing is not looking, and then I go behind the boat so that the boat is blocking my visage.
Mhm.
And then I start setting fire as I walk across the row of boats. I make sure that it's aimed at in such a way that it makes sure to catch the rigging and the sails, because those are the most flammable.
It takes a few seconds for all of you still on land. You can see the smoke beginning to rise from the ships. What do you do? The giants are starting to take notice of the fire.
Well, I think we do need to wait for them to fully take notice of the fire.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
so,
You still wait. The first ship catches, like the sail, the rigging catches on fire. It takes a mere few seconds. The fire spreads to the rest of the ship. Your power of flame, by the way, your heaven's fire,
Mhm.
has the ability called pushing. which means that you can, using your fire abilities, even if you're not throwing it, like flinging it at something, what pushing does is that it can create enough force normally to knock someone prone without spending a stunt, right? In this case, they're ships. They're not going to fall prone, but they're on water. So you could provoke enough force while burning one that it also moves to a different ship, or to the beach if you wanted.
Okay, I want to move the fire to the other ships, but at the same time, I would like to. How much are they taking notice of the burning ships at the moment?
So right now they will definitely take notice of it. Several of them, not the ones in the tents, but those that are on the beach, will turn. They're like, "Oh no, fire! Fire! Quick!" And they're making their way. And as they do, those that are aware will sort of rouse the others. There's only one ship on fire, so you figure they're probably going to either try to move it away from the others or try to put it out.
Right. Well,
but they don't seem to have any containers for the water. They don't have buckets or anything like that.
Well, they can do whatever they like, but I'm going to drop ephemera and instead use Blather and Skite. So I would like to use Blather and Skite to distract them to me, while I'm also using Heaven's Fire to continue to set other boats on fire by throwing fire, if I can do that.
So, for each success rolled, you buy 5 minutes of in-game time before enemies realize you've infiltrated and... Okay. Alright. It's going to need a roll, though, because they are on the same scale as you are. Their same tier, if you will.
Okay.
So, that will require, we'll say, Blather and Skite. What do you do to try to delay them?
I'm running around on the water, walking on the water, and I'm gonna be like, it's over here, you big dumb galoots. Who do you think is hey, you missed one?
Oh, that is interesting. Ooh, okay.
You didn't see me at all, did you? Illusion.
Make a presence plus subterfuge.
Presence and subterfuge, okay.
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Not
Wow.
A lot of
Dice!
sevens. It's just
Fine.
one off.
Do you
Oh.
want to use momentum?
Oh, sure.
good. Yes.
Let's
Yes.
try to use at least one.
Do it.
All right. So there's 2 points of momentum. So you can use 1 for an extra die or 2 for 2 extra dice.
I'll
Use
use
what you need.
I'll use one.
Okay.
Really? Okay. Absolutely nothing. Shit.
Oh,
0. No successes.
As you wave them down, hey, I'm here, you dumb
Get
idiots.
the bat out.
The rest of the group out of the beach, you can see that the giants are now swarming the bay. They're going for the ship that's on fire. Hello, Raiders, by the way. And you can see that one of the longship is already burning and, moving towards another one of the longships. You can hear faintly Kieran shouting something. What do you do?
Is it working? I can't really tell. One of them's on fire, I think.
I can't see.
It appears he's got one of them burning for sure.
Is that enough? Are there enough giants near us that are
Oh, they are not looking your way.
Okay, that's good.
Are they moving towards the
They
ships?
are
at all?
moving towards the
Okay.
ships, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
said, and they're rousing whoever they can get as they approach.
Then let us. I say we take this opportunity.
Good as one as any. All right. Worst
So-
against our luck.
Now or never.
I'll stay on midnight, and if I need to, I will run in to get him.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
And I'll-
Let's see.
I can help lead everyone else. I can lead the rest of us out.
All right.
I'm going to turn into a fox.
Oh, Jesus.
Oof. Ouch.
We
I
are
do not
going
like that.
to
What
need.
the hell? 5 successes? 6? What?
Uh-oh.
We're
Simon,
going to
stop
need
rolling successes.
Holy
6
shit,
successes to sneak by them.
Can I assist in
boy.
any way?
You
I
failed your
have-
roll, so
I know.
that was your
I know.
assist.
Do
Oh
I
my
have
god.
anything? No, I don't. Do not.
So the
Uh,
check is dexterity and subterfuge. If you have any powers, if you have anything that you think can help you,
I'm turning into a fox.
um, yeah,
That's all I got.
you turn into a fox.
Do I have anything I can
JD
use here?
sees you turn into a fox and go like, "Oh, that's a good idea," and he turns into a boar.
Oh.
Well,
we both look at Mart's like, you got something?
I just hold up my bat and I say, all I got is this.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay mounted on midnight and move as quickly as possible.
then can everyone give me Dex plus
Oh
subterfuge
boy.
and
please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, please, tabletop
Oh,
gods.
god damn it.
God,
Okay.
I have
JD?
3.
JD.
JD's not gonna.
well, Lynn, you also get those plus
Oh, yeah.
2 enhancement because you're a
Oh,
fox.
yeah.
So right now
Oh,
you've rolled
okay.
2, 4, 5,
4,
6,
6,
7.
7. We just barely made it.
Um,
I'm like counting on my hand.
By the
And that
skin of
would
our
be-
teeth.
yeah, just to see for JD. Wow,
Okay.
that's 2
Okay, JD.
successes.
I mean,
Um,
good job, JD.
We're good. We're
and
good.
now we also have Boudica,
Cool.
I forgot about it. Yeah.
who still has 1. But the thing is I wasn't looking for a total amount of successes.
Each.
No.
Yeah,
What?
I got
Got
you
each?
didn't say it was a group. Do we have to get
yeah.
this right? Oh,
That's what I was
So
afraid of.
here's what's going to happen. As the group of you begin
Cool.
to sneak
Excellent.
outside of the beach, some of the giants stop and turn, and they see all of you, and one of them just shouts like, "Oi! What's our food going away for?" And then a few others that are closer to the ships, they sort of stop mid, like they've got water all the way to like their shins, like mid shins, and they
do they?
stop and they point at Kieran and they go, huh.
It's me. I'm the food. Hey, fuck you! Eat me!
They look at each other and they kneel. And that's where we're gonna end.
Oh my goodness.
What the?
Oh frick!
Oh.
They kneel in the water,
Oh.
looking at Kieran.
This is good.
Yes. What?
This is good, right?
This is good.
This is better than. I mean, this is better than weapons coming out and bludgeoning.
Don't
This is-
forget what Pantheon Kieran's from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh.
I mean,
Did I know that? Oh, I gotta know that.
no.
Wait a minute.
like-
No.
No.
Fimori are they're Irish, aren't they?
Hmm?
Fimori are Irish, aren't they?
Well,
But
that's
you are
the-
part
the-
giant. Does that have anything to do with it?
Mm,
Ooh.
you got-
There's
That's
a
true.
lot
Yeah.
at stake that you might not know yet.
Ooh.
But yeah,
I mean, that's
Or your
good.
dad's up to something.
Yeah.
That's true. He can slip the net.
so we'll see
We'll
about
find out.
that next week.
Oh.
But
Oh my gosh.
thank
Tune
you
in
for
next week.
yeah, thanks for coming,
Oh.
everyone. Players, I will hand over the mic to you if you have anything to. I was gonna say to skip. Wow, if you have anything to
Promo.
shout out, I think my brain is reaching maximum amount of being awake. So we'll do same order as we did the intros. We'll start with D. Who are you? Where can we find you? What do you have going on in your life?
Hey, I'm Lynn. Gremlin art pretty much everywhere. Online. You can find my art on Twitter or Instagram, as well as when I'm playing. You'll catch me back here in about how long is it? Like 4 hours? 4 hours for Song Up His Fortune, which is our high level D&D campaign. We did everyone's individual sessions, and we're all gonna, the group will be together for the first time, varying levels of friendliness from the people involved. Looking at yeah, and that's also in that game, and our this is incredibly rad tension between our bars. It's great. I love
Incredibly
our bars.
rad tension. I like that.
Yeah, it's wretched. I am looking forward to it, but you can check us out there. I am very excited.
All right, thanks for coming. Finbar, you're next. What do you have
All
going
right.
on?
I'm Hawkeye, or Kentucky Hawkeye. Had a lot of fun here today. You can catch me on my channel. Monday nights is family night at the Emporium. The Emporium is what I call my Twitch channel, Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. We're going to be starting. My daughter and I are going to be starting something new. We're going to go back to what our family knows best video game wise, and we're going to start in on some of the Lego game series. We're going to start the Lego Skywalker saga. That'll be starting Monday night. Tuesday night is my weekly Skyrim serial, where we're going to have the conclusion of the Random Legacy of Zarsur Tenteroth, my snow elf, who is about ready to finish his journey and all of that. So we're going to be wrapping that up and getting ready for a new character. Then Wednesday nights, you can catch me for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K22 universe, where a number of DMs, GMs, and RPG players from across the Twitch universe compete in a ring that we lovingly call the Dice Tray. We're working our way towards our next pay-per-view, the Fiendish Stockade, which is our version of Hell in a Cell. And we've had some great activity this past week, including a cash-in of one of the Bag of Holding briefcases. You can if you want to find out if that one was successful or not, you can catch it on VOD on my YouTube, as I am now getting everything back up there for people to catch as well. And then otherwise, you can catch me here Saturday afternoons as well. Otherwise, Cancer Cleric by day and RPG Fanboy by night.
Thank you for coming. Up top, we'll follow with Kieran.
That's me. I'm Kieran and very confused. But otherwise, I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at Hanimation Art and everywhere else at Hanimation Studios or at hanimation.shop if you want to see the fun trinkets and things that I sell. And you can find me on Praxagor Thesmophoria's channel tonight, as Lynn mentioned, for a Song of Agapia's Fortune, where we play dueling bards, like dueling banjos, but much, much worse. So, and then find me back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. for some more Quietus, the Peach Festival horror game.
Hill Country,
Hill Country horror. For some more, chills and thrills, and hopefully nobody gets killed. So this was fun. I can't wait until next week, 1 p.m. EST, back here for more Scion. Looking forward to it.
And last but not least, Morning. What do you have going on?
Hi, I'm Renee Rhodes. Also played Morning. I'm around on Twitter at RayDNR, where you can find out information about any projects I currently have ongoing or upcoming, and also pictures of my very cute cats. But I am getting back into the swing of things slowly but surely post-COVID and long COVID, and I am currently streaming here every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I cannot wait to see what happens next week. I'd been waiting for this session for so long, very excited. Totally understandable that we couldn't be here till now, but I'm glad that we are. And then also, I stream Tuesday nights on Girls Run These Worlds, playing kids on bikes in a show called Harsh Realms. It is a lot of fun. We are breaking reality little by little, and things are getting real. I also have some podcasts, or a podcast releasing next month for International Podcasting Month, so feel free to keep an eye out for that. You can find all the information about those again on my Twitter, because I post there regularly. So follow along and follow the rest of this wonderful cast.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. This was Scion, Birth of the New Gods, episode 40. I just realized that we are 40 weeks in, well, plus all the breaks we had to take, but we'll soon hit actually our, like, 1 full year of continuous episodes. But that said, you can find me. Oh god, next time will be on next Wednesday, I believe, for Upon the Exhamshire Moors, our Good Society game over on Laugh of Lindy. I have still yet to finish the episode that I missed during Gen Con, so I don't know if my character is actually still alive after the trial for double homicide. But in my mind, until I'm a what's it called? Schrodinger's character. So until I finish watching the VOD, I'm still alive and both dead at the same time. Then you can catch Hannah, because I'm running production, but on Thursdays here we have a horror game run by Marlo Bogwitch called Hill Country Horror. It's using a modified system of Quietus, and it is a very lovely jaunt in Hicks Country in the hills of Texas during a peach festival. And so far, the most horrifying thing that happened was the word cornhole. And then, last but not least, we will start, as you might have seen on Twitter, the announcements this week with the Vampire the Masquerade AP that I've put together will begin on August 29th. It takes place in the World of Darkness. It actually takes place between these before the start of Vampire the Masquerade Chapters, which is a sort of board game / RPG that is coming out soon. Actually, the pre-orders are already available at your local FLGS if you want to look into that. It's made by the company that I work for, Flyos Games. I've written over 2/3 of this entire game. And so I've decided to run an actual play that takes place in Montreal. So basically it is the canon Montreal by Night, but the what happened now in 5th edition after the Sabbat has been removed from the island. So stay tuned for that. We're starting on, so not this Monday, but next Monday right after. Again, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to all of our sponsors. And we will see you next week for whatever follows of this very strange encounter with giants. Bye-bye, everyone.
Hey, it's me, Puppet DM, and I'm here to tell you all about the sponsors we have here at the Wandering Society. We're sponsored here by Mage Hand Press, makers of a bunch of 5th edition supplements, like the Book of Kobold, or their series of new classes. And don't forget, Arcmada, the amazing sci-fi fantasy campaign setting for the world's greatest role-playing game. Be sure to check them out at store.mageandpress.com. Up next, we have Roll20. It's the platform we use here at the Wandering Society to play all of our games. It's easy to use, intuitive, and it now comes with dark mode. Be sure to check them out at roll20.net. We're also sponsored by Art Talsorian Games. Art Talsorian Games make great RPGs, and they've been doing so since the early 90s. Check their books. They've got Cyberpunk Red, which Simon tells me has been played here extensively, Castle Falkenstein, which also has been played here, and The Witcher, which has also been. Okay, we get it! Check him out at your FLGS or online at rdalsoriangames.com. Have you ever wanted to wake up and smell the coffee? Well, now you can with this next sponsor, Found Familiar. Get yourself some damn good coffee at foundfamiliar.com and use the code on the screen to get 15% off. What do you mean I can't drink coffee? What the fuck is felt? And we couldn't end this segment without talking about our good friends at Die Hard Dice. That's right. As a Dice affiliate, we are proud to partner with Die Hard Dice to bring you only the best in shiny click-clacks. Click-clacks? What is... Ow. You can check their ever-growing collection over at dieharddice.com and use the link below to get 15% off. You're putting this all on me? I better get a cut.